Gargi was started to, address a gap which was very much visible in around 2018 between 2018 to 2021,
Mm-hmm.
when the gold prices started to surge. Today we know where they are if we compare it with 2018 gold prices. So it was very, vigilant effort which was taken by PNG group. I was working with the group. I'm working with the group since 2014 now, and I presented this idea to the group in 2018. But it took almost 3 years because you need to earn some creditability in the company
Right.
to trust you. So I think 5 years weren't enough, but 8 years were enough. And so in 2021, we started this venture. And initially, we started with 9 to 5 sterling silver jewelry. So that was the main product and still is the main product. So if you compare the fashion jewelry brands, what usually they do is that they start with one of the products and eventually, pivot to another product in search of. So there are various reasons also to catch up the top line. If they might, wrap it with some good excuse, but the main reason is to catch up with the top line and everything. But we want to be, a silver first brand, and that is how we have cultivated our ecosystem so that we will be able to supply or provide the ultimate buyer with the silver experience that we promise. And obviously there is a second product that we have is 9 kt and 14 kt gold jewelry. Sometimes it is studied, sometimes it is not, and when we studied in natural diamonds. We are not into laburon. And
Mm-hmm.
the brand's philosophy is simple, that we will only work in precious segment when it comes to jewelry. So that is why the main focus is sterling silver jewelry as well as the 9 kt and 14 kt gold jewelry. As you rightly said, initially it was only SIS with PNG, and PNG is predominantly into Maharashtra. So the whole marketing efforts were very much limited, and even the avenues were very much limited. There wasn't a clear cut customer distinguish in early part of any jewelry brands, and so that was a similar case for us. But since we were in SIS, the main focus was to make people aware around the brand and make them aware that it is available in PNG. That was the first thing that we did. So it was more of a traditional media where the customers of PNG usually go and see. So it was very mainline marketing that we did in initial part. But if you see last couple of years, what we have done is that we have grown from the, or maybe have moved from the umbrella of PNG, and we are trying our, we want to explore more. We want to establish Gargi as a independent strong brand, and that is how the whole the progress is since last couple of years. Almost in last year, if I'm not wrong, we have opened approximately 35 to 40 locations across India.
Mm-hmm.
And today the total count for point of sale is around 140, 115 between. Arya will give you the exact number, but it is between 140 to 150. And initially, if you see first year, the dependency on PNG stores was 99%. Only one store was there, Gargi independent. But if we see the Q1 numbers, if we see the Q1 numbers, then that 1% has grown to 40% now. So almost 40% is coming from the exclusive brand outlets that we are having, and the 60% dependency still is on PNG. But going ahead, obviously, the weight of EBO will increase. And while doing this, like you rightly asked, the avenues change, the marketing efforts change. You saw Mithila coming on the board a
Right.
couple of years back because we wanted to. So basically, what we believe in is that just having a face doesn't serve a purpose. That face should match with the style of jewelry or style of product that you are having. For example, if you see Mithila is more Gen Z or
Mm-hmm.
digital face. She's an influencer first, then she's now actor. If you see her films also, or the web series also, so it is more like serving a millennials or the Gen Z crowd, and that is what we are also intending to serve. So I think for us, that having that young beautiful someone who someone can associate our customers should also able to associate themselves with the brand face and automatically to the brand. So that was the logic behind selecting Mithila. So
Mm-hmm.
we started using Mithila as our brand ambassador. We expanded our efforts to digital. Now, if you see them, more spends are being done on digital media, maybe Meta, maybe Google, maybe there are many avenues now. Even I think, if I'm not wrong, all the Netflix, Geo, they have some common platform, and there you go, and then it is distributed, something like that. Very technical, I'm not sure, but what I'm saying is that the main efforts are now digital.
Mm-hmm.
If you see now, almost if I want to articulate in numbers, then it will be between 65 to 70% of the spend will be digital, and
Mm-hmm.
30% reliance still on mainstream. The reason being, like I explained, still 60% of our sales come from PNGs, and we need to cater to that market also, because that is where we have started, and that is the base, the initial base that we had. The generally new brands don't have that comfort of a bigger
Mm-hmm.
brand at their back, but we do have it, and we want to exploit it, and we are exploiting it still. Excellent. So basically, what the assumption that you are making is correct. The marketing strategy for the brands like Gargi is similar, whether it is tier two, tier three, or tier one city. So
Mm-hmm.
if you would have asked me this question for PNG, it would have been a different answer, because
Mm-hmm.
the type of customer. So the TG is completely different. Now, when we are talking about Gargi or any fashion jewelry brand, we are talking about Gen Z or millennials. They are
Mm-hmm.
more influenced by digital, media than the traditional media. Obviously, so it the mainstream media will also help, but that will be like a secondary, just the confirmation thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the primary influence which happens is through the digital media. So even if it is tier 2, tier 3 cities, digital is the more effective way, and it is more countable. It is more so it you can have a more reliance on the numbers rather than
Mm-hmm.
having a gut feeling saying that कि अगर ये होर्डिंग लगाया है तो यहाँ से दिन में इतनी गाड़ियाँ जाती होंगी, so 5 lakhs so eyeballs at least मिलेंगे. So that is very much person centric assumptions that we make generally. The good part about digital media is that if I want to, show it to Onam, then I'll be showing it to her. So that is
Mm-hmm.
so direct, and so eventually you get convert or not is one part, but at least I know that you have seen it. It must be an augmented reality, but it is not honestly. So today, if I see, I think maybe like you said that the personalized marketing or something like that. There are many AI products that those are approaching us. Honestly speaking, I'm not getting that conviction over them. So still haven't explored it much, very honestly. But
Mm-hmm.
the products are evolving. So if similar kind of product must have come to me 6 months back, and today if I would have told them कि ये दो तीन issues लग रहे हैं, and that is why we are not
Mm-hmm.
reaching the right audience, or this is what my gut feeling is, and now the similar kind of solutions are coming to me. It is having more precision than that. So I think
Mm-hmm.
within 6 months or a year's time, I think we will be extensively using AI. Currently we are using very basic AI where creating a stories or maybe a picture or something like that. Someone is wearing our jewelry or something like that. For that we are using it, but as a very effective way of digital marketing it, we are not we haven't explored that much to tell you the insights around it. Fortunately, we are offline first brand.
Mm-hmm.
So performance marketing के साथ आने वाले losses we are avoiding since day one. If you today also, if you see our, I think 3 to 4% of turnover is online and rest is
Mm-hmm.
offline. So if you see whatever that I'm spending for performance marketing, I'm spending to the tune that I'm just making sure that I'm not losing money.
Right.
सो बेसिकली वो जो मार्केट कैप्चर करना है, आज लॉसेस करना है, कल का प्रॉफिट करना है, दैट इज नॉट द मैंडेट दैट आई हैव रिसीव्ड. सो आई हैव रिसीव्ड अ स्ट्रिक्ट मैंडेट कि इतना पैसा बनना चाहिए, बन रहा है तो काम करो, नहीं तो मत करो. Simple mandate that I have got. And honestly speaking, being PNG, we do
Mm-hmm.
have a expertise when it comes to offline.
Mm-hmm.
We know the market, we know how to compete over there. Even if because uh, so obviously everyone is not God. So I don't know कि मैं अगर मैंने 100 शॉप डाले तो every shop will work from first day, तो ऐसे होता नहीं. So at least अगर कोई शॉप नहीं वर्क होता है तो वो what strategies you have to implement, कैसे मार्केटिंग करना चाहिए, how you will make it profitable. मतलब वो
हम्म
कुछ भी अगर हम लोग कोई भी धंधा करता है तो प्रॉफिट के लिए धंधा करता है. तो बेसिकली अगर कोई पर्टिकुलर शॉप इज नॉट मेकिंग मनी, देन यू हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट यू टेक certain decisions around that shop so that you will make it profitable. So we do have expertise into that, and that is where so since I am also working with the brand, and which is PNG, and I'm working with them for last 10 years, so I do have that expertise with me. So rather than exploiting the other way of doing business, I'm exploiting the way that we know. And
हम्म
honestly speaking, we have been touchwood very fortunate that overall, if you see the EBO wise success also. So basically,
हम्म
जनरली कैसे होता है कि ब्रांड कोई 50 स्टोर निकाल देता है, फिर 20 बंद कर देता है, फिर से 50 निकालेंगे. So
हम्म
basically there is a trial and error.
हम्म
So that kind of activity we haven't done till now. जो कोई भी शॉप अभी तक ओपन हुआ है, everything is running, everything. Obviously, some are struggling, some are not struggling, some are doing fabulous. But we never had a till today. Have to force close any shop saying that ये हो ही नहीं रहा, मतलब something like that. So there is no cash burning as such. So that is fair enough. But like as you were asking about the performance marketing, what I'm doing is that आई एम स्पेंडिंग टू द ट्यून कि जहाँ पे मुझे लॉस नहीं हो रहा, एंड दैट इज वाई
हम्म
माई ऑनलाइन पोर्शन इज सो लेस. See, today's market is like that. You market it online and you sell offline. So all the online first brand are now offline. अगर ऑनलाइन में धंधा होता था तो वो आते ही नहीं थे. सो दे आर ऑफलाइन बिकॉज धंधा तो ऑफलाइन में हो रहा है. सो व्हाट पीपल, मैं घर पे बैठे बैठे मैं आई एम जस्ट एक्सप्लोरिंग कि विच प्रोडक्ट इज अवेलेबल एट विच brand at what price and if I'm liking it or not. But when it comes to the jewelry, or for that matter now fashion also, I think touch and feel is very much important.
right
So for that you have to go there physically. Obviously, I'll assure you that ki once they buy it offline, once they get the conviction on your brand, eventually they'll buy online. That is the case. Most of the times we see
हम्म
this, that they call कि यार ये online नहीं दिख रहा था, I saw that design in your shop but it is not available online. How would I buy it? Something like that. But it will happen. But to get that conviction, क्योंकि बहुत सारे fashion jewelry brand आते हैं जाते हैं, the way they operate. So fashion jewelry वैसे तो थोड़ा सा बदनाम हुआ हुआ ये ज्वेलरी है, because when it comes to imitation jewelry, so I think let's rewind 5 years back, people were not convinced कि fashion jewelry में कुछ अच्छा quality मिलता है.
right
So fortunately, I think with us and 2-3 brands now entering into the market, and the way everyone has branded it, the way they are presented, and they are kept their promises to some extent, I think the more people are more convinced around fashion jewelry. If we compare it with 5, 6, 7 years back का जो scenario था उसके comparison, but still वो थोड़ा सा जेनेटिक इशू है अपना, कि मतलब इफ वी हैव नाउ डिसाइडेड कि फैशन ज्वेलरी में इशू होता है तो फर्स्ट तो मेरे को लुक एंड फील चाहिए, एंड फॉर
हम्म
दैट यू हैव टू हैव अ ऑफलाइन thing. But like I said, the overall our marketing spend has shifted from the mainstream to digital now. What
हम्म
we have realized is that the more conversions are possible if I'm using the digital media. For example, if some particular store is suffering, bleeding, and I want to create more awareness, digital is the easier way, more
हम्म
effective way, and the result oriented way than the mainstream media is what we have observed experience, and that is what we are implementing. I think Demifine is something that is gaining a really good traction. We are not still sure around it, honestly speaking, since we are already into a bit of premium market where we are selling the silver jewelry. But Demifine is again a very interesting product line that is getting explored and gaining a good traction. So I think that is the thing that we haven't explored till now, and we could see into it, but not immediately. But obviously, parallelly there are many efforts which are going, not any concrete reason to believe that we will be coming up with Demifine, but that is something that we saw that is very promising around the market. Honestly speaking, we haven't thought in that line. So basic है, अगर मैं जयपुर में दुकान निकाल रहा हूँ, मेरे को जयपुर से सेल चाहिए, मुझे सिक्किम में नहीं सेल मिल रहा है, I'm okay. Ultimately, what, so again, very basic thing that we think is that whatever that we do should earn us a money.
okay
वो झंडा नहीं गाड़ना है कि टोटल 1 लाख पिन कोड को हम लोग प्रोडक्ट बेचते हैं. आई एम
हम्म
ओके टू सेंड इट टू 10,000 मैं उसको अच्छा प्रोडक्ट दूंगा, अच्छा सर्विस दूंगा, आई विल मेक मनी, ही विल बी हैप्पी. सो
हम्म.
ये 4 पिलर्स पे काम करना है. सो ऑब्वियसली टुडे इफ आई एम सर्विंग 10,000 पिन कोड, टुमारो 15,000 पिन कोड कुड बी आवर प्लान, दैट इज फाइन.
हम्म.
बट मैंने एक महीने में या फिर एक साल में कैसे मैंने 1 लाख किया, 5 लाख किया, सो वो नहीं करना है. ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग, स्लो एंड स्टेडी विन द रेस, ये बेसिक लॉजिक है. एंड ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग, business pivots, rather than just rushing through, skipping 1 or 2 steps, there is a chance that you might fall. I'm not
हम्म.
saying every time you will fall. There are some companies who have done excellent. मतलब वो 2-3 करके भी जा रहे हैं. What we want to ensure is the sustainability of the brand, because since it is a 194 years legacy, we know that staying 194 years is much more relevant.
हम्म.
Maybe आज मैं थोड़ा, फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ आई एम मेकिंग अ प्रॉफिट ऑफ लाइक 30 करोड़ रुपीज इन अ ईयर टुडे, एंड अगर मैंने 2-3 स्टेप किए, थोड़ा सा ज्यादा कुछ एफर्ट लगा दिया, तो आई माइट क्रिएट अ 40 करोड़ का पॉसिबिलिटी इन अ ईयर्स टाइम, लाइक 25% राइज, और देर इज अ डेंट कि हम लोग 10 करोड़ नीचे भी आ सकते हैं. ठीक है.
हम्म.
बट वॉट वी आर थिंकिंग इज कि मैं 50 साल बाद भी इतना ही प्रॉफिटेबल रहूंगा, अच्छे तरीके से करूंगा. सो थोड़ा सा ट्रेडिशनल और कंटेम्प्रेरी का थोड़ा मिक्सचर है. Just like
Okay.
me, I am now between 35 to 40 in my age. So I'm like, I'm not sure whether I'm an uncle, if I am a dada. I'm not sure about it. So that is where the Gargi is still. So we want to go this way only.
हम्म.
That we want to be steady, we want to be calm, we don't want to rush into anything. But at the same time, what we can assure you is that the plan is to grow.
हम्म.
That growth, the speed could be different. हाईवे पे तो सभी लोग हैं. नाउ प्लान इज टू मेंटेन 80 का स्पीड या 120 का स्पीड. दैट इज द चॉइस दैट एवरी कंपनी विल हैव. सो व्हाट वी आर ट्राइंग टू मेंटेन इज 80 का स्पीड, दैट वी feel
Okay.
comfortable, that we don't want to rush, and we know the destination is going to be there. Maybe I'll take like 15-20 minutes more to reach there,
हम्म.
but the chances of reaching there is more than driving it by like 120 or 150 kilometer per
Okay.
hour.